The following podcast contains spoilers and profanity. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Half&Half podcast. I'm your host, Glem, and with me as always is MarsReviews.
You don't deserve this big Toblerone. You don't deserve this big podcast.
God damn it. Alright. Today we're talking about the new Netflix series that just came out, Neo Yokio.
Yes. Neo Yokio. Obvious play on Neo Tokyo. I have no fucking clue what this series is about, or how any of this makes any sense. Well, I mean, like, yeah, it's like fictional, but like, none of this makes any sense. So just looking at it, it's like, okay, so Neo Yokio, there's like a world, I guess, where the rich people have like superpowers, or they have like, there's like a world where like people are like slay demons and shit, but they're also
The rich and decadent.
Yeah, the rich and decadent live like fucking kings, and they have like a giant bachelor thing.
They have a giant bachelor scoreboard in like Times Square.
Yeah.
And the main character is played by the one Jaden Smith, everyone's favorite.
Yes, everyone's favorite Jaden Smith.
Kaz Khan.
Kaz Khan.
Yeah, this show has some. It's surprising. Like they do have some like actors in here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you would think like everyone was just kind of like Neo Yokio. It just seems like a shit post or something. Like shit posting like in anime form. Like that's how I feel it to me. Like it just feels like a joke, but like they actually drag people like famous into this joke.
Yeah. So yeah, we have Jaden Smith. So how do you think he did?
2?
2 is a rather prestigious number.
2 is the loneliest number, Charles. Especially when you're second to a jackass.
He did fucking horrible. He was awful. Like, there's no, like, actual, like, acting direction in this show. Like, it's just Jaden Smith just talking. Like, he sounds exactly like his fucking tweets.
But the question is that intentional?
I don't know.
Because, like, the show, by definition, it is a parody. That's what it is. Like, I didn't get that from, like, the first instance of it.
You don't get that as a parody unless you actually, like, fucking do, like, a bunch of, like, homework on anime. Like, I can tell it's a parody because, like, they do it from, like, exactly in the opening. The fucking text that they use in the opening is literally the same font and text that they use in Evangelion. And, like, it's Neo Yokio, Neo Tokyo, fucking, I guess you can say Dragon Ball Z because he does, like, a Kamehameha in, like, the first 2 episodes.
He also have, like, the supernatural stuff in there, probably, like, Soul Eater and stuff.
Probably. I don't know. I haven't watched like Vampire Hunter D, but I'm assuming he hunched demons and shit.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing is about this show that's interesting to me is that when you read it, when you like look at the production of it, it makes no sense. Like you would think like, oh, Jaden Smith just made his own anime. No, he didn't write or create any of this shit. He really did not play any role in this other than probably like voicing the character. Like I see his name not on like a writing credit, directing credit, maybe like a producer credit, but like I don't see his name like associated with the actual creation at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing that either.
So like someone really wanted like make a show based around Jaden Smith. So if you're gonna blame anyone for this, don't blame Jaden Smith. He is a fucking victim to this bullshit. He just got paid to do it.
Yeah. But, I mean, what'd you think of his character?
You know, he's a very confusing character. I don't know how I feel about him. At first I thought it was like, he's just really annoying. He sounds exactly like Jaden Smith's tweets. But like, as it just kept going on, I just like liked him for just how much of like a shitty character he is. Like how much of a, not like a shitty character, just how much a shitty person he is too. Like, he's supposed to be, like, an eligible bachelor, but, like, he's a piece of shit, though.
Yeah. For moments, I kind of liked where he was just like, oh, you know, I'm the highest of fashion and all that stuff.
I feel like he got better. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say about Jaden Smith's performance in this.
I don't know whether or not he can be a good actor or not. Like, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't have, like, a good barometer on it. Because, like, everything I've seen him in is fucking horrible. Except for Pursuit of Happiness, but he was, like, a fucking baby.
Yeah, he was, like, 6 in that, though.
Yeah. I don't know. This is the hardest show to talk about because, like, I don't know whether or not I hate it or like it or not. Like, there's, like, points where it's like, this is terrible, but there's something cool about it.
Yeah, there are some redeemable aspects of the show here and there, but, like, they're really few and far between.
Yeah, like, there may be, like, an interesting scene every once in a while, but, like, everything about this show is just kind of, like, wrong in, like, a way. Like, the art is fucking garbage. Like, this art is fucking terrible, and this is not like, oh, well, cartoons and modern cartoons, fucking shit. Like, no, this is an actual studio, and I know the studio quite well because they are well known for making pretty bad looking shows. Their name is Studio Dean. Do you know them, Glem?
I do not know them. What have they made?
Well, they're whenever, like, people bring them up in, like, anime circles, it's usually with negative connotations because they typically, if you think of, like, a show that has, like, really basic generic animation and anime, it's possibly them. Like, my favorite thing about them is it's not really their fault, but it was just really funny, was the Fate Stay Night 2006 adaptation. In that show, the original visual novel of the Fate series, there's a lot of fucking in it. Like, it's a visual novel, so people fuck in it. There's, like, an infamous thing where it goes like, my anus is defenseless, where he fucks a girl anal. But anyways, so there's a lot of fucking in it, but you can't really show hardcore sex on, like, TV, on, like, I guess on Japan TV. I don't know what their censorship laws are. So what they did was, I think this, and people in comments correct me if I'm wrong, they, like, try to, like, censor it, and they fucking, like, they didn't know what to do with it, so they just got, like, a fucking CGI dragon.
What?
They used, like, a really bad CGI dragon, and it was just, I guess it was supposed to represent his penis or something, and it looked like the worst. It looked like worse than PS3 graphics.
Oh, that's something.
It's
boy.
That,
it looks like fucking Fire Breather, that Cartoon Network show.
yeah, we could put it. Yeah, they did that. That's one of my favorites, and they just usually do a bunch of, like, really generic looking anime, but which is really sad because they had this other thing where it was called, like, you know, Rurouni Kenshin, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They made, like, an OVA series of that. I think it was them. I'm pretty sure. Where they made, like, an OVA series of that, and it's, like, really well animated and fucking dark and epic. Like not ironically, that's cool. Like, fucking Kenshin, like, this is the story of him fucking killing people and, like, fucking going on a murder spree. And it looks really good, and then, like, their next shows are just fucking garbage. I guess they, like, running out of money. It's really weird. They did a shit job at this. It looks like Elite Street Boys. Or Elite, yeah. It's horrible. Like, the fucking blue-haired girl. The fucking country singer.
Oh, yeah, her. She was, like, in the second episode.
She makes no sense because people go like, oh, she's like a country pop star, but when she goes to perform at the basketball court,
she's singing opera.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the show feels like it's trying to, like, I don't think, like, they're intentionally doing this, but it feels like an adult version of Kappa Mikey.
I think Kappa Mikey, dude, that's the thing. Like, yeah, it feels like maybe, like, you can say, like, an adult version of that. But, like, Kappa Mikey was very blatant with this, like, parodying or satirizing of anime. This one, it took me 3 episodes to, like, realize, like, oh, they're doing this. Like, it's very unclear. Like, they want to be a parody of anime, but they don't make any real, like, jokes to give you that indication that it is.
I don't know. Is there anyone else in the cast who stuck out to you?
Fucking Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, she was the aunt.
Yeah. She did pretty good. For that character, she did pretty good. I mean, like, she didn't really do any, like, outrageous shit. Like,
yeah, she was just kind of there. I liked her, though. Yeah, fucking, okay, Steve Steve Buscemi just shows up randomly in, like, the second to last episode, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Steve Buscemi plays himself, a fucking disgusting freak.
I really enjoyed his performance.
I really enjoyed that character.
I liked his character a lot.
He was so fucking ugly too. It was
he wears a fucking, like, judge outfit.
Oh, I guess I know. I guess it's because he's called the Remembrancer, and I guess that's like What's that supposed to mean? A person with a job or responsibility of reminding. Wait, what? That's not what I'm talking about. I looked up Remembrancer on Google, and it was basically the same outfit he was wearing. So I guess it's like a British reference to something.
I guess so. I mean, there are like a bunch of weird references in the show, and like I remember like in the episode where with the gender switch, like they go into like the big summer home, and it's like all the shovels, like, dude, this looked like Miss Haversham's house, and I'm like, why did they make that reference to like a Charles Dickens book?
Just going back to Remembrancer, my favorite line in it was like,
Actually, the young master's neighbors are quite sensitive to smoke. Best not to.
Good thing I brought my vape.
oh, I brought my vape.
Oh, Steve Buscemi. But yeah, you had that. You had Jude Law. He was like the mecha butler robot.
Yeah. Did he play the same? Did he still play the old lady? He just pitched up his voice.
I think so.
That's the thing about this. That makes no real sense. Like, there's like mechas in it. Like, I don't know.
Like that was the only one they had though.
He got a new one after.
Yeah, but it was just this new suit. Yeah. You didn't really see anything like that other than that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, this show sucks, but they just have like very funny, redeemable moments. I don't think that we're laughing with it. We're laughing at it more.
Like I really enjoyed Jason Schwartzman. He was the Archangelo. He was like the snotty asshole to Jaden Smith's character. Like at first I'm just like, oh, he's alright, but I really kind of loved him at the end.
He's just like, I love it when my hair is wet. Like, it really was unclear. Like, he just became his friend. Like, I thought he was just gonna be his rival and just kind of like fuck with him, but like, no, he actually did become his friend.
Yeah, like I didn't like the whole thing with the show is like I didn't understand it was like a parody until like, oh, I'm so actually supposed to laugh at this stuff. And like he's talking to Archangelo because they go to like the tailor shop and Archangelo just hangs out there. He's like, "What, do you live here?" God, I wish I did.
Why was that a line?
It was good. I liked that.
And like all the fucking, I remember I was just looking through. I'm just looking through pictures of it now. I was remembering like when they would have like people, because they went into like a race episode from people from different countries, and they brought in like those.
That was my
Soviet
favorite
people.
episode. That was like the second to last one.
Yeah.
I love the Russian girl character.
I will say everyone looks kind of like stupid in that. I like the design, even though it looks kind of like something ripped out, like probably like something.
Oh
like
yeah, if it
Street
had a
Racer.
better animation style, I'm sure this show could have been like, and like slightly better, like at least better writing. Like I feel like this could have been something better. I mean, this is popular, so it might get like a season 2 or.
I feel like the concept of this is interesting because the whole show is about like supposed to be like, I guess, a commentary on like capitalism or something, or like people or like rich people. Like I don't. You could probably do something with this.
Yeah, that's what the whole subplot with like Helen, not even subplot, that was like the main plot of with Helena and like all those people, like her going against the society of the rich.
Yeah, even though like in the intro, I guess it's supposed to be like, I don't know why, but she's like holding a bunch of bags for like fucking brands and shit, which is also weird. What the fuck is with the brands in this show?
Yeah, you get. I don't know, like thinking back to like that. Yeah, there's a bunch of advertisements, like literally in like one of the first episodes, Jaden Smith goes to a cemetery with this old man. He's spraying perfume on a gravestone. It's like, oh yeah, my wife, she loved Babylon number 5.
How odd.
Might seem strange, but Babylon number 5 was her favorite perfume in the universe.
It's really not a very elegant perfume. I believe a classic is a classic when talking about clothes, cars, or watches.
And like he goes into like this weird monologue about like how Babylon number 5 is like not as good as like this other perfume.
And everyone knows the favorite one.
You don't deserve this big Toblerone.
You don't deserve this big Toblerone.
Yeah, that kept coming back.
It was like it's like they knew how stupid it was, so they just kept it.
Yeah, like you see all the memes for that, and it's just like, that like it wasn't underplayed. Like they that legitimately was something they were going for.
That Toblerone was like a plot point Basically, you could say it was a plot point. He didn't give her Toblerone, so she became a terrorist. Yeah, that's also something. Like, she became a terrorist, but, like, they don't show you. They don't show you, like, her, like, doing anything.
Oh, yeah,
like
I blew up
like,
Times
yeah,
Square.
I blew up the thing. Like, how? How'd you do that?
I don't know.
How'd you do that without not getting caught?
I mean, she did technically get caught. It's just they didn't catch her.
I mean, she did get, like, caught, but, like, how the fuck did she get that far without
Yeah, like, how, like, it didn't make any sense. But, like, why would you want to go that far? Like, especially, like, that was just, I guess for the show, like, in the context, that, like, that's, like, a really big thing, but it's, like, it didn't seem as important
No, I feel
as, like, blowing up the White House or something.
I feel like her way of getting her message across is really stupid. It's like, you know, to get my message across to fight consumerism or something.
I'm just not gonna do anything.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna become what in her words, a hikikomori.
A hikikomori, yeah.
Fucking say it. She, like, says it kind of wrong because she's never heard that term in her life.
Oh. Yeah, but, like, she has that, and she, like, apparently, like, she incidentally starts, like, a cult that, like, Jaden Smith has to fix, and, like, one of the girls there is, like, voiced by Willow Smith.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't have to drag Willow into this, Jaden. You didn't, well, I don't know. I don't know whether or not this is your fault. I have a theory on this show and why it was made. Alright, I told you this probably, but, like, my theory is that they only made this show, which I'm believing is not to be true, but I believe that they made this show specifically for Jaden Smith, because Will Smith is making a show for Netflix, and he's like, hey, give my kids a show. Alright, we'll give you a cheap anime. I don't know how much validity is in that, but, like, you know, it's just very convenient. I was just thinking, like, you know, just like a month ago, like a month and maybe like a half ago, we were like still saying we are still under this spell of, like, Netflix can do no wrong with, like, animation. And in, like, 1 week or, like, 1 day of just releasing trailers for new shows, they fucking completely destroyed that entirely. Like, they released fucking, oh, we're gonna show a trailer for the new Magic School Bus, which everyone fucking hates. Neo Yokio, which I don't think people hate it. I think they're more confused by its existence more than actual hatred.
People kind of just look at the animation, just say that, oh, that looks bad.
Yeah. And then they have Big Mouths, like the 3 shows that destroyed the perception of Netflix animation. Like if you look at it, it was never, like, fucking the greatest. Like, if you look at the shows actually for the children that they're targeted for, they're really bad. But, like, adult animation or, like, older audience animation was, like, it's typically pretty good quality, other than that one Archer show you hate.
Oh, Pacific, that would be a Pacific Heat? That wasn't, I don't think that's specifically Netflix. Like, this wasn't even that bad.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was better than I anticipated, actually. Not by much, but it was like, you know, it was just kind of okay.
It was not what I wanted. I thought it was just gonna be fucking weeb shit, and it wasn't. Well, it was, but it, like, wasn't at the same time.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I thought this was gonna be, like, a repeat of, like, let's say, like, you have, like, a shittier version of OKKO where they just make references about anime, and this one was just gonna look like complete dog shit and just do that. I don't think that statement that I made is actually true. I just remember, like, oh yeah, there's a Matt Groening show. That could be good. Oh yeah, they're making, like, a Netflix anime or something again. That could be good. So maybe Netflix isn't dead, but, like, right now they're shit in the bed.
Also, you have to, like, take into account that it's not specifically just Netflix. It's a bunch of, like, I mean, it's not just Netflix. They just published it. I don't think it's not specifically just Netflix. I mean, like, you said a studio worked on this.
Yeah, well, okay, so a studio made this, but Netflix pretty much published, like, wanted this. Like, they basically created this. Like, it's made by Americans.
Netflix is the EA of streaming.
Yeah. They're the fucking, basically, yeah, but, like, this is specifically made for Netflix. Like, the studio didn't make, this isn't in-house. I don't think any of these are, but, like, this one was, you know, this is not airing in Japan. Which, that would be interesting.
I think it might be better.
No, no, it would fail. I know, I have.
I mean, no. It wouldn't be financially better, but, like, I don't know. Maybe I would. maybe I would like it more, not like it, but like not take it as seriously. I mean, I don't even look at it differently because like if it's like if it has like a Japanese dub, like maybe
Just a Japanese man playing this black kid.
be funny.
Yeah.
I
know.
Like I think I would have more fun reading it than like just listening to these guys.
Yeah. I know.
Because like the voice acting is like, aside from like the real top players, like it's kind of really bad.
Yeah. Like my favorite one is the country girl because like her design and her voice make no connection at all.
Yeah, but I think that's intentional.
I don't know about that one. Like that one's like, maybe that one could be intentional, but like, I don't think like when she was singing opera music and then she's like a country star. I don't know how intentional that was. That's pretty dumb. I don't know if it did actually air in Japan. I know it would be a financial failure. They really do not. They're very kind of like a xenophobic people. I know it would fail because like Michiko and Hachin.
Yeah.
That show fucking was like a financial failure that like basically crippled an entire studio.
Damn, that was really good though.
Yeah, it was by Man Globe, and it's a really sad tale because they made like 2 shows that are actually pretty good, but like they got fucking crushed. They were Dead Man Wonderland and that.
Yeah.
And they both failed in Japan, and after that they made like a bunch of like I guess moe shows or shows like fucking slice of life shows, and then they tried again with the show called like Gangsta. That was actually pretty interesting, but like you could just tell they ran out of like budget or funding, and like after that they slowly went bankrupt.
I don't know. Like, did anything else about the show interest you?
Anything else interests me?
I mean, like though they had those 2 side characters who like didn't contribute much, aside from the one for that episode.
I thought they were like gay lovers.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't know what that says about us that we thought they were homosexual just because because the intro maybe.
Yeah, the intro has them drinking like alcohol, like wine, and they're like they like have an arm over each other.
I don't know what that says about us.
I thought they were all cousins. Are they?
I don't know.
I don't get what they do. Like they say like they own this shop, but it's so fucking small that no one can ever use.
It's so small. They have just a shop where they serve this. Well, I don't even. What was it called again? Kyoki.
Caprese.
Caprese. Yeah.
Is that real?
I don't know.
I want a caprese. This is my first drink. It's gonna be like the fucking caprese wine from like.
You'll dress up like Jaden Smith's character, and you'll have a midnight blue suit.
I'll fucking grow out dreads and dye them pink.
Yeah, but you mentioned like the product placement, like the brand names.
Yeah.
Like how'd you feel about that?
It was.
Like I didn't really know what to think because it was just kind of like it got to the point where they were just saying like the names.
The thing is that it's like if it was a product placement, like a Coke can, it'd be like okay, I guess it's somewhat doesn't disturb anything, but like no, it's a giant fucking Toblerone.
It's a giant Toblerone, and they constantly mention like fashion names and perfumes.
Those ones are fine. Those ones are like okay to me. I guess it would relate more to the characters, being that he's a rich asshole and he's fucking. That's all they really care about was brand names and shit. But the Toblerone thing makes no sense.
That goes back to like, did they know this would be popular? Did they know this? They can make a meme out of this.
They knew
for at least like less than a week.
They knew. They fucking knew.
Because yes, they did bring it back like 3 separate times. I think I really enjoyed but I was really entertained by the last 2 episodes, especially the second to last one. I don't know. I just like that atmosphere they had.
Oh, the rush. Because they're just drinking.
I mean, yeah, like that, and just like I also like the whole thing with like the Russian who like is trying to like defect or like just leave.
I think the show takes like a big turn in like quality when the Remembrancer comes in because he's just like a really good character.
Surprisingly, when the real actor shows up.
I brought my vape. It got better as it went on, but like the first like 3 to 4 are like terrible.
I don't know. What was your overall thoughts on the show?
I thought it was like surprisingly like entertaining in this like a weird way. Like there's nothing about it that makes me hate it, but it's just more confused by its existence.
Same.
Like there's no like I don't understand why this was made. Like I get why shows are made. Like I get why Teen Titans Go is made to make money. I get why like fucking the Mickey Mouse shorts are made because they want to show that we can do good animation and we want to make our fucking mascot look really good. But like Neo Yokio, I have no clue why the fuck this was made. It's
it's really like it's really is that kind of show where like you can just watch it and then like a few months later you forget it existed.
Yeah, like out of all the shows that they released, this is the most like the 3 animated shows that like showed trailers for. This is the most like confusing. Like I can tell what Magic School Bus is trying to do. It's trying to get money off of nostalgia and just sell to children and fucking 90s kids very poorly, by the way. And I guess Big Mouth is supposed to be like a Family Guy, some shit adult animated show to like appeal to like juvenile teenagers and like adults and try to get shock humor to bring in viewers. But like Neo Yokio, what is your place in this? Like what is your objective in all this?
I don't know, it's a good question. But yeah, I was kind of surprised how much I enjoyed it. Like I watched it. That's all I can say.
It wasn't. I don't regret watching it, but like, I just don't regret watching it. It was like this is a very interesting experience.
Would you watch a season 2 because they teased that?
I don't know what the. You know what? I actually would. I would continue with the season 2 just out of my own curiosity and what would a season 2 to this show mean? Like an actual plot or something? What, like, is the Remembrancer gonna be like the actual villain or something? Is he gonna plan some stuff? I hope so, because that'd be awesome. I think Steve Buscemi would probably die by then, but
Wow.
Look, he looks like he's
he's old, but he's not like he's like in his 60s.
All right, that's enough. That's old enough to die. Like Steve Buscemi looks like he's been to like he looks like he's been to AA meetings and smokes a pack every day. Like it's horrible.
Living the life there. He's 59. He's not that old.
59 is not old enough to die. Like Steve Buscemi looks tired.
He's old enough to die. I guess so.
I'm 59, old enough.
All right. I don't know. Yeah, like I guess if I had to give it a score, I guess like I give it like a 3. Like a light 3. It wasn't anything special, but it was just kind of more confusing.
I give it a 4 out of just making me curious.
That's
like a 3 or a 4. Like it's pretty bad, but it's like it's just an interesting show. Like why was this made?
So we do have some questions, so if you want to ask us a question, just make sure to join the Half&Half Discord and go to Questions and Suggestions channel. Yeah, Mr. Meatman asks, where does your source of inspiration come from?
Like I guess for this podcast, like I guess you would say Red Letter Media, Half in the Bag, because I guess you could say that.
Where we just kind of talk about shows and movies, like yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that I would say like that, like shows like Double Toasted where we just talk about shit.
Yeah.
That's also a good source of inspiration. Like for like our own like solo work, I guess I would say Pan and a bunch of like anime reviewers I used to watch, and Some Call Me Johnny. He's a really good reviewer. I like him. He's really cool.
Yeah, but for the podcast, yeah, it pretty much comes from like that sort of thing where we just kind of BS about like a movie or something.
Yeah,
and I don't know. What you go?
I don't know. We were gonna make it like another podcast, but it was like, you know what? Just talk about like movies and shit. Like it doesn't have to be related to cartoons all the time.
Yeah, because if we just kind of talked about like our lives or stuff that happened to us, it would kind of get stale really fast.
We might do that. We might dabble in that.
Oh, yeah, we might do more like topicless ones eventually.
Yeah.
All right. In Nazek's 715, can you cook a 5-star dinner?
I can cook up a pretty good chocolate souffle.
I can make a real mean grilled cheese.
I don't know. Cooking is weird. Like, I enjoy cooking sometimes, but like I just get it wrong.
Oh yeah, like I like making like pastries and stuff like that.
That too. Like when I said I make a chocolate souffle, I made that when I was like 8, and that was mostly my mom making it instead of me. I just took her credit.
I like the spoon.
Pretty much. Like I wanted to be a chef at one point, and I just stopped for some reason. I don't know why. That would have been really helpful now.
All right, and then I guess Egan asked favorite animes overall.
Just favorite animes. I like Welcome to the NHK. That's a good show.
That one's really good.
Baccano, Code Geass, Evangelion. I own like all the DVDs of Evangelion. Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, or the original one. It doesn't fucking matter. Perfect Blue.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I think my favorite anime would probably be Yu Yu Hakusho. I think that's my favorite one. Oh, and Hunter x Hunter. Those are tied. I like those really a lot.
Yeah, I just like the basic stuff. Like, yeah, Welcome to the NHK was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Bebop, Shampoo, Samurai Champloo. It's really good. I did dabble in some Rurouni Kenshin. I really like that for what I watched of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Samurai X or the Trust and Betrayal. That one's better. That one's better, and it will ruin the perception of that show for you because it's like, why wasn't the main show like this? It's fucking beating people over the head with the fucking blunt sword bullshit. I don't know. I like Code Geass season 1 because it feels like they writ better in the. You know, it's already pretty stupid, but like the second season of that show gets really retarded.
I also really enjoyed Black Lagoon to a point where I actually bought the manga.
Black Lagoon is pretty good too. I own that on Blu-ray because I got it at an anime convention, and some guy gave me a discount because I like realized like, hey, your tattoo is of that fucking thing from Berserk. He's like, oh, $2 off, pretty much most shows from what's his face, fucking the guy that does Tatami Galaxy. That guy, he makes good shows. Tatami Galaxy's really good though. Glem, I showed you that where like that anime where it's like Rap God.
Yeah.
That's that show. That show is fucking can be frustrating to like keep up with, but it's really good. It's like literally like he just spits bars whenever he talks. Well, that's the end of the Half and Half podcast. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's the end of it for now. So you can join our Discord if you really want to. It's cool.
Ask us questions.
Ask us questions. We do live streams every once in a while for that.
Oh,
so
not just questions. You can give like suggestions to stuff that you would
movie
love to
or
see.
show suggestions. Those are both welcomed.
The shorter it is, the better. Though it's much more easier to watch.
Yeah.
Just send whatever.
Okay, so that's the end of the Half and Half podcast. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye. Cool. Oh, my dad popped in. Dad, you want to come back and contribute? I hope it picked that up.